One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. He'll bring it back looking for help. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Minnesota's offense will get the first swing of the game. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical. Well, this isn't the start this guy envisioned. We're only in the first quarter, and already this guy has 2 drops in the game. He's got to get his mind right.
So now it's second and long. Let's send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Wants to throw it. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will go to work for the first time. And Jesse, if there's an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point. There is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has read the emotion of being really high and really low, and so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field. And they've had so many...
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. They're on the board first here in the season opener. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Motion from the back. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man quickly. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? And the Golden Gophers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Tight end now in motion. Gonna run it. It's Webb. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires on the move. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
Wants to go up top. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Punch it out of the air. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? The Golden Gophers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're testing the right side here. Sweet cut there. There he goes. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Sayin. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Going to the running game. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Oh, a lot of space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Rutgers proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Scarlet Knights team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a...
And down he goes back at the 3.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive and that can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's two thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up close to their own end zone.
He's got it near midfield. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Fires to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He's now up to 71 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. From the 30-yard line on first down. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Fires to the big fella. Across the 15. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Takes a handoff. It's Webb. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. And the Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the portal. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now addressing those areas of need, David?
Well, I think you feel really good about bringing in quality depth, experience depth. But now the trick is to merge it with your other guys and everybody get on the same page.
He got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment beat dang. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hayes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Off the play fake on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back. Bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off. You're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window, and the intended target was not open. And that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
3-25.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Sayin. The short hands, it's LeBlanc. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Minnesota has it back and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready.
Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Makes the catch at the 45. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And they are getting elite play from their quarterback. They've been playing pitch and catch at an elite level, and there have been no answers defensively. Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Can't get him to the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. They're going to ride this running back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's got it down the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Breaks the tackle. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting 3rd down conversions. They're staying on the field. They do a nice job there running the football. They look like they're in control. That's a good sign.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, create enough separation to create a positive.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This quarterback has been locked in. The passing game absolutely firing on all cylinders, and best of all, they've protected the football. He wants to change this route. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Oh, they're after him. On the move, he fires. A strike downfield. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They'll try the run. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor. Oh, he's got some space. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this second and short.
Here we go.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Can't hang on. It's incomplete, and you can't worry about the footsteps when you're running those crossing routes. It'll be third down.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Finds the tight end. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff. He'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Gets open down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Running into the open space. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. He'll throw it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the defense.
Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Boom. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
They punted away on 4th down. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and the defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They'll run it from the gun. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, better look out. Breaks into the open. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line.
He lofts one down the sideline. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one.
Touchdown, Ohio State! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
Minnesota, 0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Might as well stick with him. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Using his legs, it's Poe. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
So difficult, because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. The throw to the outside is complete. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Memphis has opened up its largest lead of the game in what's shaping up to be one of the more one-sided affairs of the weekend. They're up 14 over UMass. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
Punt is in the air. Makes the catch around the 50. And the returner will be knocked down. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. At the 40, there he goes. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Off play action on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Pick your poison, right? When he gets outside the pocket, man, what do? Do I play the pass and stay back deep? Or do I come up and try to make a tackle? I'm not going to give up a big play and give up an easy pass, so it's just easy pickings for this quarterback because of his athleticism.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He breaks it. Another broken tackle. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
Here comes the option. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
That makes the score Ohio State 66.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Set to advance on the football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Camarda. And the returner goes down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the...
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Golden Gophers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. To the air, it's Herbstreit. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Under fire. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Look out, he's got room. Got enough for the first down. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone saying I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Camarda. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Scanning the field, it's Herbstreit. Here comes the heat. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Yeah, great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.